This is part 52 of A Cry for Help, and I just want to say something. When I was talking about um, the episode where the salesman goes in the front room and says, "Oh, I have one for
Yeah,
you,"
the one.
I
Yeah.
have to make a remark. This actually happened in Connecticut, okay, because we went 800 miles, okay. Um, it was in what store in Connecticut?
Was this
It
was
was an Office Max.
Office Max?
Office
Yeah,
Max.
that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay, the salesman, when he went, when he came out, all of a sudden, the manager comes forward with another sales lady and saying how wonderful the 4G is, and you could do this with it, and you could do that with it.
Everybody was so
Everybody was
interested.
so,
We
like,
were,
happy that we got the 4G.
we were like famous.
You
there.
know, first they couldn't find it, and then they did. They said, "Look, we got one." So, they were on a high because the cult, what they do, whoever sells the 4G to us gets bonus money. We have seen this, okay, because we actually bought a 4G in one particular store in Connecticut, which we're going to get to, and we stayed in the parking lot, and as soon as we left the store, the cult cars come in, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the cult cars in Connecticut are basically silver. In New York, there's a lot of silver, too. Okay, but in Connecticut, it's all silver with one Connecticut license plate instead of two. And then you see the cult cars with the flags. The big shots, the leaders of the cult, like Phyllis Longone is the cult
They stay like
leader.
in a corner.
They come in their big, tremendous SUVs, expensive cars, okay?
And this particular,
and these cars are all different colors. But we want to get to what really happened because it's really was scary, and it's going on all the time now.
Well, this particular, leader, we call him leader, we saw him, and the way the parking lot was situated, when towards the end
Joe,
of the parking lot,
why don't we talk about each
but let me
thing?
tell him, it was up a hill, so he was overseeing.
Yes, he was in
what
this
was
big
going on.
black Escalade,
right,
watching the college students
right
in this particular place, who were part of the cult, bullying and mocking us to the extreme, and preventing us from getting the computer.
Situation.
So let's start in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, the week of June 1st.
Yeah, it was the week of June 1st.
Okay, to a couple days ago, we were on the road.
Right.
From Long Island, New York, to Manhattan, New York, to Connecticut, New York,
to Brooklyn, New York,
to beginning
Suffolk,
of Massachusetts a little bit,
to Suffolk County, Long Island. I mean, we're all over the map.
And because we don't have that much money, the first night we stayed in a motel. The next night we slept in the car.
We had to.
Hoping, okay, we were all broken up, hoping that we would sleep in the car, that maybe we would escape the gang stalkers from following us, the cult.
Plus, hardly no rest. Did like hundreds and hundreds of miles.
But it doesn't work because there's definitely a GPS on our car, but we cannot get it off because we don't have the police. The police is the one that searches your car to make sure it's safe.
Right, there's no tracking
but
devices.
The police, like we said, is part of this cult.
Right.
So anyway, let's start what happened.
Yes.
Okay. So we already spoke about Long Island, New York, Walmart. Okay. Walmart sold us. Was it in Walmart? Now, which Walmart first sold us? Oh, that's in Connecticut.
Was it?
So we go to all the stores.
Right.
Okay. And the computer, do they have the computers? The compact computer?
The first one, we just got, remember the Virgin...
No, I'm talking about the computers.
Computers wasn't, some had computers.
They didn't have the computer we wanted.
No.
They had Aces. A lot of stores had Aces only.
The little notebooks.
Okay. Now, you have to bear with us because we went to so many stores.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, it gets so confusing. We did document it, but, we have audio tapes. But, just saying it from the top of your head, we've been through a whirlwind, we've been through violence, okay, and we didn't even get to it yet. So, we told you about Long Island, okay? Everyone was either hiding the 4Gs or they didn't have 4Gs, and some people even said they don't make 4Gs anymore.
Right.
You know, they don't have it anymore. The most lunatic answers that
and
is so.
these now from the stores that they had this made the statement, the same identical stores in different location carried everything. Meanwhile, they say that their store doesn't. All their stores don't carry it.
Right, or they're out of stock.
Or they're out of stock.
Okay, now when I
It
say
was
4G,
one contradiction after another.
when I say 4Gs, I also mean 3Gs. Okay,
yeah, and what we want to specify it's the broadband. It's
the one that the Colt cannot monitor our computer anymore.
It's
That's why we
something
can't
like a
get
Wi-Fi
it.
basically. But
if we
everybody knows
do
what
get
that
it,
is.
we get it counterfeit because
Right.
that's the Colt.
Right.
They have to give us counterfeit because that's what they specialize in. Counterfeit drugs, counterfeit computers, counterfeit 4Gs, counterfeit everything.
This is what our life is made up of.
Yes, and that's how they make their money, and that's how the police make their money. Okay?
Everything in our life
is counterfeit and not legitimate.
Not
and
legitimate
this
and
police
unethical.
have always been connected to this cult. However, they never took human beings. We are the first American family to be entrapped in this lethal satanical cult that now wants to really kill us. So let's get down to what happened, Joe. We went to, the first place we went to was Vernon, Connecticut.
Right, that's when we went to Staples.
We went to Staples there.
Right. That's
we
the
spoke
one,
to
that's the one with all the stalkers there.
Right. And Bill Dolan or Dolman, I have his exact name, was the manager there. Anyway, we thought, oh, it's a beautiful area. We're definitely going to get our computer here. And there's the noise.
Okay.
And we're definitely going to get our 4G. Because, we're out of state and we're in Connecticut and we thought it would be fine. So we go into Staples and we look at the computers there, and all the computers are like double price.
Yeah.
They're really high price. So I went to Joe. There's something wrong with the prices of the computer.
They're all jacked up, like
so I'm gonna
$200, $300 more than the usual price that you see in Staples.
So I said to Joe, I'm gonna go up front and ask the, one of the sales ladies or somebody at the cashier for a circular.
Right. And as a matter of fact, it was just right after Memorial Day we had all the sale, and the following week there's always sales.
Yes.
I mean, all the stores carry circulars.
So I go to the sales lady, the cashier there, and bear in mind there was a silver car in front that I showed Joe right in front of Staples when we walked in with one Connecticut license plate, and this is where college students are working for the cult. They're either from UConn in Connecticut or Norwich University.
Right.
Okay? Because a lot of their cars say UConn, and then when we went to the eventful police station, which we have to tell you, right in their parking lot was a Connecticut car with one parking lot from Norwich University.
One license plate, you mean to say?
Connecticut.
Right.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Okay, so anyway, I asked her for a circular. We didn't get circulars this week. There's no circulars. You'll have to go online. I said, I beg your pardon? You don't have a circular? No, we don't. I said. And that was right after the girl from the silver car. I took her license plate. I took pictures. Okay? And on the back of her car is Skull and Bones.
And what she did, she went right into the back of the... Yeah.
Yes. She first went to speak to this girl. I was watching
But then she got lost.
Then she disappeared.
Because
the cult, what they do is, they go in the back of the room, the back rooms of the store.
And how do we know that? Because at that point, what we did, we were just walking around the store.
Right.
And we also wanted to see what this girl was going to do.
Right.
And then, as a matter of fact, she actually went inside of a room in the back somewhere.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Right, and she didn't come out for quite a while, right?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
She stayed there. So anyway.
And that was definitely a red flag.
I couldn't believe what she said. So I said, it's very evident what you are doing. Okay? I said, you're just not giving us the circulars.
So
I said,
we
how
spoke
could you
to the
say
manager.
Such a lunatic answer? So we went to speak to the manager. But we knew that we were going to get nowhere
And he
because
says, of course, she's right.
he says, yeah, she's right. We don't have circulars.
We don't have circles.
I said, so I told him, you are covering up because you don't want to sell to us. Because the cult bribed your store.
And he says, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? And he stands there dumbfounded. So I said, you know what? You're cited. You're going to be reported. Okay? We go outside. There is about, I would say, about at least 10 silver cars.
At least.
By Staples. Okay? Filled with all college students. Okay? With one Connecticut license plate. And this is where Joe was saying, in the background, where these college students were, by us, abusing and harassing us and alarming us. In the background was a man in a black Escalade.
Right.
He was a little bit up on the curb of the parking lot, like elevated.
So
and he was watching.
Oversee.
He was watching his college students to make sure that they were doing their best to torture and alarm us.
And what these kids were doing, as we were walking out, it was very dangerous. They kept circling their cars, and they stopped, and they were saying abusing remarks to us.
Oh yeah.
Making fun of us.
Right.
Like saying spooky stuff like.
Right. And
they were taking out cameras.
Yes.
And taking pictures of us.
And I really had to take, because Joe always tells me it's dangerous to take pictures, and I know it is. But you know the motto of New Hampshire, live free or die? I mean, I have to take the pictures because I need to expose these people who are destroying our lives. So I'm taking pictures of the cars because it's so surreal.
And it was dangerous because we were trying to cross the parking lot, just going to our car. But it was, just to get to our car, it was a battle. Because we had to be careful. These cars, they kept running around, getting close to us.
And they're saying, these kids, oh, I got your license plate number. I'm calling the police. Just like the cult members do.
Just like that.
It's the same thing. I'm calling the police on you.
This as soon as we walked out of Staples.
Okay.
We were just basically, after we cited those individuals at Staples, we just wanted to leave. But we actually could not leave and get to our car as safely as soon as possible because of this other individuals in their cars. They were circling around us. And, you know, they were spooking us, and it was scary because you really had to be careful.
Now, you have to understand, we are the innocent victims. But when they say they're calling the police, we're not really scared. But sometimes we are, because sometimes these police are brutal. And they beat you up because you're exposing them. You're exposing that they are members of the cult. Okay? So some of them we get scared from. So when they say they're calling the police, I a lot of times stay there because I don't care. But other times you do get scared. So many times we run off like we are the thugs.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have police and you got these thugs after you 24/7, you're helpless. You don't have people to protect you.
That's the whole thing.
Okay?
You have no law enforcement on your side.
And we need protection.
It's a big catch-22.
So we leave there, and we're totally exhausted. We go to the motel, okay, and they have a computer in the lobby. So I figured we could use the computer there. To make a long story short, everybody's using the computer. I finally get on the computer. Guess what? There's a thing that comes up on the computer. The computer is going to crash. Okay? And everybody was like amazed because this never happened to the computer. But we know why it happened. Because what the cult does, they know where we're staying, and they have this equipment that they put on their computer to go on their computer. Don't ask me exactly how. I don't know. It's sick. It's demented.
Yes.
Okay, but they got all these satanical devices that they can manipulate the computer. The computer pros, okay? Besides other pros. They're just like the Nazis. The Nazis had very sophisticated equipment. And we're going to come back one more video.
No,
Or we'll
no.
come back tomorrow or
Probably
the
tomorrow,
next day.
or the next day.
Please help us.
Please
we
help
need
us.
your help, and we didn't even get to the violent parts yet.
No, not yet.
We need your help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.